Hey, what's up? Just got home from work. No ring light. It wasn't really that much of an exhausting shift. It was just a short 4 hour shift that I had until midnight, or well, approximately by maximum midnight, if I'm being more accurate about the timeline as to, how long I had to work that day. It was just a basic stocking shift, and man, getting home is so anxiety inducing. Because it's just gotten to this point where I feel like now I have to ask a coworker to ride me home, because it's just one of those things where, when you're out at that hour, like at the wee hours of night, like on the street specifically, it just hits different. It hits different. I constantly worry about like things happening. Every time I see somebody passing, it's like I panic. It's like if I see someone walking behind me, I panic. If I see a car slowing down, I panic. And it's weird, like slowing down by me, like I'm about to get drive-by shot. That kind of like car slow down thing, and it's weird to think about. It's awfully weird to think about, you know? I kind of don't want this to be my life forever. I have to make sure this isn't my life forever, and that I'm going to have these moments as a forever reminder of, where I could be and how the rest of my life will go if I don't commit myself to this stuff and don't commit myself to this content, because it's just gotten to a point where it's like you need to like kind of learn sometimes. Like you're just gonna be in a dangerous situation if you don't like work towards trying to better yourself in a sense too, you know? And there's hierarchy of it too, I think on the bottom is like being homeless, having to beg for money, and having to, basically sit on the floor. You smell terrible. And then also like the upper homeless, where you probably do something like, I don't know, play drums and have people put money in the thing rather than just laying there with a cup. Or you have a guitar, some busted up guitar that you can play really good. Yeah, and then you live somewhere and, you just have some like shift job. And it's sort of the same thing where you have to deal with really crazy people all the time, or not necessarily crazy, but just rude and entitled people who have a sense of ownership towards you, essentially. And you're just put in this position where it's like, there's a very low closed window you can say anything back when they're being rude, and sometimes you kind of have to take it. And one thing I try doing now is to, like, even when they're being super rude and aggressive, especially if a guy is doing this, I'll legit try my best to like look them in the eye, like keep maintaining as much eye contact as possible whenever I have to deal with like a rude customer, especially if it's a dude. Because sometimes like people in this world, are sharks, and they kind of smell your fear essentially too. And I feel like if I just don't show any indication that I'm scared of them, then things will go a bit smoother. Like those interactions would kind of not be crazy. I don't mean like, and I obviously don't mean act tough. Like, I'm looking at some dude who's like 6'5" when I'm like 5'9", and look like I could fight them, because that's how you get beat up. And you do still need to know a certain degree of de-escalation. But I feel like part of it is also, yeah, maybe I should like learn to not be scared of this stuff too much, but I also need to get out of it. But I think where it's lower than just a normal 9 to 5, because I don't even do 9 to 5 right now. I'm not in that time. I'm not under that scheduling at the moment. I have shift work, which is super unstable with the hours. So sometimes you can get a low amount of hours, and then it's just at random times, and you don't make as much money as you probably would want to, or it'll be a point in time where you get a bunch of hours, and it's a bunch of long hours, and it'll just be you start making more money, but then it's still like sort of just that misery that's there where you have to essentially just put up with the same thing a little bit longer and at random times. And there's like you have to be there till midnight or close to midnight and stuff, and it's weird. It's really weird to think about, honestly. It really is. But recently I had two other jobs. In this, I was working at a GameStop and also a Walmart. I ended up making the decision to quit the Walmart, which, in paper I probably shouldn't have done, because at least with the Walmart I had fixed scheduling and was making more stable and consistent money. Whereas at the current job I have, I technically have a larger pay rate, but in theory, I'm making less money than I did at the Walmart. So it was just such a bad, decision. And, my parents, being, the malicious people they are, they kind of who, like to just like highlight your failures all the time. They kind of just do this thing where it's like, oh, Walmart, as soon as you left, Walmart raised their pay rate to, and not even, and the thing is, they'll act like it's a, oh yeah, that, but really and truthfully, they know what they're doing. They know they're just trying to put me in a worse mood than I'm already in, too, by seeing like, oh, haha, look what you did, and it's just so weird, come to think of it. But it's one of those things where it's like, you live and you learn, and I kind of don't want to come into this year with too many regrets in life, honestly. If I don't work at Walmart, I'll keep the job I currently have and then find another job that pays similarly or the same, and probably try not to be picky with what I have in the meantime, while also working towards music, vlogs. I know I haven't done a video in a long time. I feel like my confidence for it is kind of deteriorated, but it's gotten back. I want to be able to upload as much videos as possible this year. I don't really care about having a daily streak, honestly, although it would be good. I'm just still being kind of realistic with myself, essentially, and seeing how it'll go. But yeah, I think that's all I gotta say for now for that. I'm kind of tired now. I gotta go to bed. I have an early shift tomorrow, so I'll see ya.